This is INCRadio DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all our viewers and listeners.
Good afternoon, good evening, magandang umaga po, good morning, guten tag. From here in beautiful sunny High Point, this is Brother Andrew Wynn, ecstatic to be alive.
All right.
We will discuss key storytelling approaches, considering newer technologies, ways to foster more creative culture, and pattern breaking techniques. The science of surprise. If I say to you the same exact thing, the same exact monotone voice, I get predictable and you will tune me out. So, what do we do when we communicate? Spice it up, make it different. The science of artificial intelligence. How do I quickly get the ball rolling when I want to know what to say? Artificial intelligence has patterns, has analysis. It's not the finished product, but it's a start. We still have to put in our powers of judgment, but we can use artificial intelligence to get the ball rolling. How about the science of thinking outside the box? Are we predictable? Do we just do the same thing? Are we robots? No, we're human beings. We have inspiration. We have creativity. Show that by daring to think outside the box. Challenge your assumptions. How about the science of pattern breaking? Do we ever do the same thing habitually without thinking about it? Or do we break out? Can we invent something new? Can we come up with a new way? Do all the songs always sound the same? Many do, but sometimes the composers throw in a different key, a different pattern, different syncopation, such as poets. Are all poems iambic pentameter? Are all poetry haiku? No, we have different ways of doing it. So that's the science of pattern breaking. Sister Lorraine, I'm
Yes.
excited to discuss this.
Yes, thank you, Brother Andrew. I apologized earlier. I thought I was hearing a feedback, but anyway, we're back again. And I'm Sister Lorraine Lowing Manabat live here in Clayton, North Carolina. And welcome to our episode of Leveling Up in Communication. And we're focusing, that's right, Brother Andrew, we're focusing on the science behind leveling up, implementing creative practices. So later on, all the things that Brother Andrew mentioned, you may benefit here. It might be in your work, in your school, or maybe in your family. You're trying to convince your friends with something, you're trying to implement something in your team, or like you have a project. And how do I present those stuff that it will be engaging to our viewers and listeners. And I hope for today, our listeners there in our live chat will keep on typing in their comments with their four letters of their local congregation. But we have a friendly reminder to please do not duplicate or copy paste your comments so that your comment will be counted as one. So if you will want to greet, try to type another greetings or comments so that each time you type your comment, it will be counted as one. So we don't want a flood comments. So we want everybody to win our most active local congregation challenge. So again, our show will not be complete with our guests. Our guest from Charlotte, North Carolina, starting with Sister Lauren. Hi, Sister Lauren.
everyone. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, or in Portuguese, bom dia, boa tarde, boa noite. I am Sister Lauren Vaz, live from Charlotte, North Carolina. I hope our viewers enjoy today's episode and actively participate in our discussion.
And we also have Brother Carl Damuag from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Thank you, Sister Lorraine. Hello and good afternoon, everyone. Magandang hapon po sa iyong lahat. My name is Brother Carl Damuwag, and as always, coming to you live from the city of Charlotte, North Carolina. And thank you so much again for tuning in.
Welcome again, Brother Carl, Sister Lauren, and to our viewers and listeners. If you have your comments, greetings, your shout outs, and if you have any questions with our topic for today, or you want to share something and you relate with what we're talking about, again, our topic is implementing creative practices. You may type in our comment section there in our YouTube official YouTube channel, INC Radio DZEM 954. And always include your four letter of your local congregation. So I'll be leaving questions right now. Our first question, or maybe it's not just a question, we want to hear from you. So share how you ensure what you say will be interesting. Again, share Share now in our live chat. Share how you ensure what you say will be interesting. Maybe for me, I might start with a joke. I might start with how are you doing, talking to the person that I'm communicating with, starting with a question. Sometimes I do that, trying to make sure that the listener is paying attention to me. So, my technique. I do that in the classroom. How about Brother Andrew? How do you make sure that before you say anything it will be interesting, everybody will pay attention to you?
I just lifted up my microphone. That probably got your attention. Why? That was a surprise. Imagine if you made an oversized, very colorful pinwheel and you went in front of your second grade class and instead of speaking, you spun the pinwheel once and the children saw all these colors swirling around. They would look up and wonder what was going on. So those are different ways of attention grabbing. You want to be enthusiastic. You don't want to be monotone. And there's others.
Right. So that is our first question to our viewers there in our live chat. And earlier, I mean, we have so much viewers in the live chat that are early birds. They're very early to type in their comments. And also, we want to shout out Brother Mark Langit. Take care there in Norfolk, Virginia. We also have Sister Benilda Cabiad from Virginia Beach. Super, super active. We also have Sister Shaila Vaz, Sister Sarah Velasco. So again, answer that question. Share how you ensure what you will say will be interesting. Are you the same with Brother Andrew? Okay, or maybe like me asking question first. Um, and then the next question is, how have you spiced up a project you presented either at school or at work? And if we have our viewers and listeners who had a successful presentation, it might be in your work, your business, or maybe you want to share some ideas and thoughts to your friend, to your family member. How did it go and how it was be successful? So let's start, Brother Andrew.
Well, I'd like to mention one thing done in the Scan Grand Eyeball event we recently held. And instead of saying this is teamwork, we actually had conducted by our Scan district officers games that got people involved in teamwork so that those in the games actually felt the teamwork and those witnessing the game saw the teamwork in action. So that is a way to spice up a project. I would like to explore shifting to human-centric and storytelling approaches.
So this past few episodes, we've mostly been talking about team skills, so collaboration, delegation, team trust, and today we're going to be discussing a more individual skill, but nevertheless still an important skill to have to be a good communicator, and that's knowing how to tell a story. So why? Because well, everyone likes a good story, right? And because stories are a lot more memorable. Because I know we all have our favorite movies, favorite books, favorite, if you're like me, favorite podcasts even. But yeah, because stories are something that sticks with us more. than just basic facts. And I'll talk more about that later. But also, we can use stories anywhere where we communicate with anyone. So, for example, when we're persuading someone, or we're giving a speech, or giving a report to our boss at work, or even just in any conversation with a friend. We can all use stories to communicate effectively. Now, to give you an example, I'll actually use me as an example. So right now, I'm trying to persuade you, the listener, that stories are a good way that every good communicator should know how to tell a story. So let's say, if I just decide to tell you like a fact, like, oh, actually 60% of studies actually show that good communicators tell a story. And first of all, maybe some people might be convinced with facts, some any data analysts over there, or scientists, but um, at the end of the day, the majority of us are not like STEM people, or like are scientists. So what if instead, to convince you, I tell you a story like, oh, when I was a child, I had an accident. So even just that, I'm already you can feel the intrigue, right? Because you want to know like, oh, um you want to know like what happens in this story. What was this accident? Why is this related to knowing how to tell a good story? So yeah, and in all things, in every aspect of communication, I think being and knowing how to tell a good story is a very important skill to have to be a good communicator.
I like that. And I liked how you said, tell you about an accident, because I was go, oh, what happened? You drew
Yeah.
me in. So that is
We want
excellent.
Right. We want to, we want that. Like when you said that, Brother Andrew and I were curious, and Sister Lauren here, and you want your listener or your viewers to respond to you like, tell me more. What is it? What happened? Right. And with that attack, you made your listener really be interested with what you're saying. And I have a friend who really using this product, and it's about for wellness or health. And sometimes the product, you don't usually automatically, I'm gonna buy that. You listen to stories, right? It's very effective, and they have experienced this, which is very, very, if I may say this, very effective, especially for our brothers and sisters who are in the business line. They have their own store, and they have their own maybe online shop. Or so how do you help your product to be um and to convince people to try it and tell us their feedback and some of their testimonials. So I think that's a great trait if you want to be successful. And also, whether it's a business or like presenting a work, or presenting something in your work or in your team, in your school, telling stories, right? But making sure our stories are facts. We don't want telling story just for you're just inventing those stories. But again, people buy your stories, right, Brother Carl? And they listen to you, and they know that you are legit, and you are that story is very authentic. um and of course, as we go on with our discussion, we're not only adding those storytelling to make this make it dramatic and everybody will be convinced to you. But aside from that, some of the creative practices we want to include in our topic discussion is implementing or inserting visual technology, which I think Brother Carl, Sister Lauren have tried using this also, and also maybe Brother Andrew on adding some of the beautiful decorations and some of things that are very common right now. We're talking about um, augmented reality and visual reality. So if you are making presentation, our presentation PowerPoint or slideshow, it might be boring if we just put some words there. So nowadays you can add some video visuals utilizing infographics, GIF, which you pronounce it that's GIF, but the meaning is graphics interchange format. That's very long, so I have to write it on my paper. So GIFs and short form video as content formats to improve comprehension and recall. Second, that's what I'm saying earlier, the AR and the VR, augmented reality and visual reality for immersive storytelling. Of course, when we tell our stories, for example, Brother Carl mentioned some accidents, they want to show some pictures, like it's only proving you too that, oh, that really happened, or like, we want that image, especially children nowadays. They're very visual learning, right? I know the parents there are, can agree with that. Kids wanted to see it word by word, like I didn't see it, so I have to see it. Is it really written there? I want to make sure. And also, third, we want our viewers, our listeners, the person we're talking to, we want them to be interactive with us. It's not only you that you're talking, it's supposed to be two-way. So we may include some quizzes, some interactive polls, and something to engage our listeners. So I really find this very effective, especially to those who are very innovative speakers and presenters. Maybe some of them are in my college days, wherein during their presentation with their thesis or with their projects, they include us in their presentation. So they have a poll there. There's a ton of resources that we may use. They can also connect using their phone, which is I like, because most of the people now are always on their phone. So what if your poll or your questionnaire or your quizzes are in their phones? So they get busy in working with you, and also remove them from any distraction. So I hope um, inserting some visual or technology may help you.
Time flies when we're having fun, Sister Lorraine.
Yes.
Let us delve into using artificial intelligence for personalization and efficiency.
Now, in regards to I think that's been a very hot and somewhat controversial topic in these past 5 years. But if you ask me, like, can you use AI to tell a good story, or to communicate in general? I would say yes, you can. It's a very powerful tool in our other hands, but with just one exception. Don't use AI for literally everything, especially not for writing, because if this is my opinion, but I think that's a horrible idea, because number one, everyone, each and every one of us have our own natural voice, so we have our own style of speaking. I like to speak the way I speak right now because it's the most comfortable to me, and maybe you might have your own version of or style of speaking. But yeah, so if you were to use AI to replace your communication style, it feels less authentic, because you're using the AI's voice, not your voice. And believe me when I say this, as an audience member, you can hear that. We know, we can tell that you're using AI. So if not for writing, then what do we use AI for then in regards to communication? I think the one advantage that AI has over us humans is that it's a lot faster in thinking. So we can use that to our advantage, and we can actually use AI to help us do the smaller tasks like organizing ideas or even brainstorming, especially organizing ideas. Because I'll be the first to admit, this morning I used AI, funnily enough, to organize what I'm about to say about AI, ironically, and also for brainstorming. Whenever you have writer's block, and I'm sure that happens a lot, very frequently. Um, Whenever you're running out of ideas, you can also use AI to like give you a head start. Give you some ideas to think about or to branch off to. So yeah, in the year right now, it's in the year we're in the year 2026. There are so many technologies and advances that we've made as a society, and I think it would be in our best interest to utilize all of them to level up our communication.
I
Right.
apologize, but due to time limitations, we're probably going to have to not look at the chat for the moment, but going to listing ways to foster a creative culture.
Yes, so fostering a creative culture requires building an environment where innovation is encouraged and failure is seen as learning opportunity rather than a setback. So in workplaces, family plans, or even in group projects can support creativity by promoting um, open communication, collaboration across departments, different stages of the group project, or even family project, and diversity of thought. So, providing time for brainstorming, recognizing innovating ideas, and empowering students, employees, and even toddlers to experience without fear of judgment strengthens creative confidence. So when leaders model curiosity and flexibility, they inspire teams to think beyond limitations and contribute original solutions.
Explain adopting pattern breaking techniques.
So adopting pattern breaking techniques involve intentionally disrupting a routine or like breaking the way you normally think and challenging established assumptions to spark innovation. So these can include reframing problems, reversing typical processes, and combining ideas from different places. Like, let's say someone share an idea and you like it, and then someone else share another idea, you like it as well. But we have an outline to follow, so we can say, hey, let's get that part of your idea, let's get that part of your idea, and let's get my part of the idea, and let's work on this outline. Or like asking unconventional questions. It can push individuals and teams to step outside familiar habits and explore new perspectives. Or what I would like to say, like the phrase thinking out of the box. By interrupting automatic ways of thinking, not only organizations, but also your family members or like the team members create opportunities for breakthrough ideas, fresh strategies, and continuous improvement.
Excellent answers. Now, due to time limitations, we'd like to ask Kuya Tech to play the current news and updates, and Sister Lauren will fill us in.
Church current news and update.
Thank you, Brother Mike, for that amazing and wonderful voiceover. We will start this segment by wishing happy birthday to our dear brother Jeff Barr. Happy birthday, and we hope you will have a fun and wonderful day. And now, on March 22nd, there will be a joint monthly meeting of all Christians Family Organization district-wide. We hope to see your enthusiastic participation, and we hope to see you there.
Excellent.
Thank you so much, Sister Lauren. Yes, Brother Carl, may we hear your greetings and your shout outs?
Thank you again, Sister Lorraine. I'd like to give a shout out to my family as always. My parents, Brother Marvin and Sister Annalisa Damuwag, my siblings, to the locale of Charlotte, District of Virginia and Carolinas, and last but not least, to Brother Mark Langit from Charleston. I know he's usually here with us, but we always like to hear your thoughts on our topics today. So, yeah, that's it. Thank you so much again for tuning in.
Thank you, Brother Carl. Sister Lauren.
Yes, so I would like to send my shout out to my parents as well, Brother Ricardo Vaz and Sister Shayla Vaz, to my youngest Sister Daphne Vaz, to all viewers who are now watching us, especially those from the local of Charlotte. I would like to also send my warmest greetings to our resident minister, Brother Jeremy Pizarro, and his wife. Also, of course, to our fellow guest finalist who is not here, but is actively commenting in our chat, Brother Mark Langit and his family. Safe travels, everyone.
Thank you so much, Sister Lauren, Brother Carl. Kuya Tech play the winners of our most active local congregation last week. Here are our winners of our most active local congregation. 5th place, wow, Fayetteville, North Carolina. 4th place, Virginia Beach, Virginia. 3rd place, High Point, North Carolina. 2nd place, Charleston, South Carolina. 1st place, Charlotte, North Carolina. Congratulations. Wow, Brother Carl, Sister Lauren, and to Sister Lucy and Brother Jun. Thank you so much for always sharing our link commenting, and typing your 4 letters of your local congregation, which you can see right now on your screen there in our YouTube live chat. And of course, we just would like to say hello to Sister Anna Blash, Sister Minda Win, Sister Rochelle Maylang. Thank you so much for all your inputs. We were reading them earlier, but because we were enjoying our discussion, we will never have time to read them. But again, we thank you, Sister Anna Blash, Sister Lucy Ancheta, we miss you po. We also have Brother Mark Langit, of course, safe travels, Brother Mark, Sister Shyla Blas. Again, we have Brother Jeffrey Maloto, Sister Benilda Cabian. We also have Brother Rick Bass. Thank you so much. And Sister Elijah, Sister Diana Sanako. We have Brother Magno from High Point. Um, and to all our viewers there in South Carolina, North Carolina, and Virginia, right? So, again, thank you so much. See you all again next week. And of course, INC Radio will not be complete without thanking and acknowledging our executive minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, our deputy executive minister, Brother Angelo Eranio Manalo. Thank you so much. And of course, maraming salamat po to our District Supervising Minister, Brother Steven Asensio Jr., our Assistant District Minister, Brother Ray M. De Mesa. Thank you so much. Our CFO Overseer, Brother Melvin Bayangoan, our District Multimedia Advisor, Brother Denzel Ven Malapit, our Station Manager, Brother Wally Taray, and our Overseeing Minister, Brother Edwin Acebuque, and also our Executive Producer, Kuya Manly Andaya. Thank you so much. See you all again next week here in INC Radio Lab Notes. Thank you, Kuya Tek.
Merci beaucoup. Vielen Dank.
Bye. Thank you po.
Maraming salamat po.